Very excited. Guys have worked hard. Players have had a really, really good summer, and obviously we've had a little bit of separation from them. So it's fun for us to all get back together and put all the work that we've put in this off season and get everything gelling together.
Well, how do you feel the group has grown since spring last time we saw you guys?
Well, we're going to find out, here these next couple weeks. Obviously, I felt like the group as a whole, improved from practice 1 to practice 15, and now, basically getting into training camp and the first couple weeks, our execution should be a reflection of the work that we've put in between spring ball and now. And I think our guys have had a really good summer. Obviously doing a lot of stuff on their own as a team and guys meeting together as groups. And the neat thing about our group is, we got a couple guys that have played a lot of football. We got a couple guys that are new to the room, and all these guys work together. Veteran guys are helping out the younger guys. So I think, to me, the uniqueness, and there's other groups obviously on our football team that all do the same thing, but the thing that really stands out with the guys that I'm around on a daily basis is just how much they help each other, how much they pour into each other. And I think that's a reflection of the culture that Coach Riley has built here, as far as our guys, putting the team first. So that part for me as a coach is a lot of fun, seeing the veteran guys taking the younger guys under their wing and really helping those guys out.
Talk about the veterans and bringing the younger guys into their wing. Do you see how much talent you have? How do you incorporate that in and kind of balance out the time?
Yeah, well, that's why we practice. Obviously guys are going to be competing for snaps. And I think the biggest thing for each guy at this stage is you're competing against yourself, okay? Where were you at, last spring? Okay, where are you at right now? Where are we trying to get to? So I think it's really important for those guys to make sure that they have, in a sense, tunnel vision. And okay, how do I get better each day? And obviously, if you're doing that as a player and you're a talented player to begin with, and you're doing those things, the results, the repetitions, those things kind of take care of themselves. So I think for myself and for the players, that I'm around on a daily basis, it's more just, okay, let's focus on each day. How can we get better each day? And I think you get to that point, and the rest of the stuff will take care of itself.
You have some crossover between special teams and wide receiver groups. Mm-hmm. How much of that plays into either the practice time and your film and kind of getting the guys on the same page?
Yeah, well, I think we, special teams is something that we place a pretty heavy emphasis on here. And you look at the guys that are in my room, those guys can do a lot in special teams. Obviously, some of the guys are going to be called upon to be returners, but some of those guys too, they could be the frontline guys and kickoff return. So they're all, the thing that I'll say about that group too is they're well-rounded players. They'll block you. They're not just going to be out there just running routes and catching the ball. I think our receiver group, inside and outside receivers as a whole, they all take a lot of pride in, okay, I'm going to be, I'm going to have an edge on the perimeter too. So those kind of things carry over into special teams, and some of the things that you're asked to do in special teams from a technique standpoint carry over into some of those things that we do in the receiving room. So I think they go hand in hand.
Whose idea was it to bring Ray Brown into the group?
Well, I think it was a collective group, and I think for Malik, it's obviously going to be some learning process, but he's embraced it. And, at the end of the day, football is football, and our objective is to always get the ball in our playmakers' hands. However you do it, whether you hand it to them, whether you throw it to them. So, Malik's adjusted.
Same with Deuce Robinson coming into the receiver group instead of tight ends. I guess, I don't know, maybe bounce back and forth, but what was the kind of thought process there?
You just look at Deuce, and he's a tall kid that's athletic, that can run, and obviously he's got a multiple skill set. So, however his role plays out, obviously time will tell, but certainly he's a kid that is going to, for us, provide some matchup difficulties, hopefully for our opponents.
There's different opportunities, right? If inside receiver, you could be a small, shifty guy or kind of a bigger guy that's more like a tight end that's kind of pushed out there. How does that work as far as different matchups go, and how does, coaching them up a little bit?
Yeah, this offense has a lot of versatility to it, as you guys have seen. So even, some of our inside guys on certain plays could line up outside, and Some of our outside guys on certain plays could line up inside. So, you know, we're always going to have a starting point, you know, and that's where you have the two different rooms. So guys have different starting points. But as far as what we can do with those guys, you know, this system allows them to be pretty interchangeable. And just, again, at the end of the day, when you look at each play, it's like, how can we position our guys, regardless of what room they start in, how can we position our guys and put them in a place where they can help us be most successful on that given play?